Hey everybody, it's Eric from epautos.com, your libertarian gearhead columnist. And I am going to do a quick walk around here of this 2015 Ford F-150 pickup. It doesn't look radically different from the previous F truck. You might notice some styling differences in terms of the taillights, and also as we move along up here to the front, you might notice the new front clip and the new bold, as they like to say, grille, and the headlights, which on the higher trims have LED surrounds. But the really big news about the truck, as you probably have read and heard, is that the bodywork is mostly aluminum now, aircraft grade aluminum. And they've managed to shave about 700 pounds off the curb weight of the truck, which is a really impressive achievement. So that's one of the very radical things about this new F truck. Another thing that's pretty radical is that they are going away from V8s. You can still get a V8 in the F truck. There's one on the roster, but the other three engines are all six-cylinder engines. And the top engines actually are six-cylinder engines. They are eco-boosted, as Ford likes to call it. That is, they are twin turbocharged. And one of them, this truck has this engine, is a 2.7 liter engine. 2.7 liters. That is a little V6. That's about the same size as most four-cylinder engines are today, but it makes a very impressive 320 horsepower, and it also makes a lot of torque, just about as much as a V8. Oh gosh, I really need a boy Gary or assistance here to help me with this camera work. But anyway, let's take a look at it. Way down in there is the little V6. I don't know if you can see the turbo. There's one turbo on the left cylinder bank. And over here is, lighting's a little bit better. You can see the other turbo there in the wastegate. And there's the EcoBoost plastic engine cover. And the other one, of course, the top engine in this truck is a 3.5 liter larger V6 that's also EcoBoosted. The thing about it is it's kind of a mixed bag. Yeah, it gets better gas mileage, but it's not phenomenally better gas mileage. If you compare the mileage of the 2.7 and the 3.5 liter V6s with the mileage of the V8s that are available in the Chevy Silverado and the Dodge Ram, the difference really comes down to about 2 to 3 miles per gallon city highway. So it's not really that big a difference, despite the fact that the thing has an aluminum body. And all the technology that's been put into those turbocharged engines. So I really don't know what to make of it. Personally, I like this truck, but personally, I would probably be more inclined to go with the V8s in the other two trucks, simply because they are simpler, and because they don't have those turbos, two turbos. That means two less things that could potentially go wrong down the road. Now, I want to be very fair to Ford. I've talked with the Ford engineers, and they have put these engines through extensive durability testing, wide open throttle running for hours on end, and they claim they're as or more durable than the V8s. But the bottom line is they do have more parts, more components, and the fact is that the more stuff you have, the more potential stuff that can go wrong. Probably, and this is kind of an odd thing, the reason the mileage difference isn't so spectacular is because the truck still uses a 6-speed automatic, and I was kind of puzzled by that. Given all the newness and all the radical design features, they only used a 6-speed in this thing. The Ram and the Silverado now have 8-speed automatics, and that gives them a significant fuel economy advantage, and I wonder what the mileage of this Ford truck would be if it had an 8-speed transmission. Something else to consider too, that's a little bit of a matter of concern, is the cost of fixing this aluminum bodywork in the event you get into an accident, you hit a deer, and you smash up the fenders, or you smash up a part of the car that requires welding in particular. Welding aluminum requires a different skill set and a separate and different area of your workshop than steel. It's very important to keep those things separated. So dealers are going to have to spend a little bit of money to build the facilities to deal with welding aluminum, and that's naturally going to incur some costs. Somebody's got to pay for that stuff. It's not going to be the dealer. They're going to transfer those costs onto you, the customer. And if it turns out that it costs more to repair this aluminum-bodied F truck versus the steel-bodied Ram and the steel-bodied Silverado, it's entirely possible that your insurance costs for this truck are going to be somewhat higher than they would be for the other ones. So again, it's a mixed bag. I'm really not quite sure what to think of this aluminum and the turbos and all of that, and whether on balance it's a good thing. All right, enough of that. Let's have a look at some of the features of the truck. Now, if you followed my columns before, you know that I've kind of complained over the years about the high bed walls of modern 1500 trucks. If you went back to the 80s, you'd find that the bed wall was about here on a typical 1500 truck, and now it's way up here. Ford kind of gets the blame for that because they were the ones that started this trend with their Super Duty trucks, 2500 and 3500s, and then that macho burly style kind of morphed down into the 1500 trucks, and now Dodge and Chevy are doing the same thing. The problem is, I mean, look, I am a 6'3", 200-pound man, and here I am. I mean, it literally comes up to my chest, and I feel like I'm a little kid. I'm trying to get into the truck here to get stuff out of the bed, and it's really difficult to reach into that bed. Now, yeah, the high bed wall has some advantages if you're carrying a pallet of bricks or something, but it does make getting into the bed a little bit of a challenge. So one of the things that Ford has done, and this is pretty clever, you pop the tailgate down like that, and notice this has got a sprayed-in bed liner. It's also got nice little built-in track lighting there, and you've got lockable tie-downs, which is nice. Also, the tailgate locks electronically. Get back to the sub hand here, you push that, and then you've got this little step ladder, and that's kind of nice, you know, so now you can get up into the thing a little bit more easily. You know, if you're young and in shape, you really don't need this. You can just kind of clamber up there, but bottom line is, unless you're young and fairly tall, getting in and out of this truck is difficult. So in addition to that, too, they give you the geezer pole. Here's the geezer pole. Now, get the geezer pole to lock up. That's what they call that. So you can grab that if you're an old dude or whatever, and use that to bring yourself up into the truck. It's, you know, that's a cool feature. You know, it's a necessary feature, frankly. All right, let's look at one other thing that's kind of controversial about this truck. On the four-door models, okay, 4 doors, right? On the 4-door versions of this truck, it's a pillarless design. Oops, you have to excuse me there. I generally don't wear my seatbelt. Safety first. Anyway, check that out. It's a rear hinge door, and the cabin is wide open. And this looks really good on the car show circuit, and it looks really good now. And it's nice that you don't have any interference here. You can open up the cab, but here's the downside. You have to open the front doors before you can open the back doors, which means that if people are in the back, they can't just get out on their own. You have to get out first before they can get out. I don't know whether that's going to be a big issue for you as a potential prospect, but it's something that you might want to be aware of. Let's have a look at the interior. All the trucks, all the current 1500 trucks, have really nice interiors as far as that goes. One of the things that's kind of cool about the Ford truck, this particular one doesn't have it. This is the standard 4-inch screen. There's an optional 8-inch touch screen that you can go through, and it gives you all sorts of data, including things like your angle of approach and departure and so on if you're doing off-roading, as well as you can get teaching aids for efficiency and economy and all of that. There's also a 400-watt, 110-volt power point for charging tools. There's your trailer brake. You've got this really nice, massive center console here. Looks like it's probably watertight. You could probably throw a bag of ice in there. The Ford has kind of a nice balance of legroom in the front and in the back. It's got a bit more legroom in the back than some of the competition does. And it's about 2 inches wider overall now, so it's got a bit more side-to-side room. Anyway, it's a really nice truck, and come on down to epautos.com and read the rest and leave your comments pro or con. Let me know if I missed anything, and we will catch you on the